am a practitioner who has, I think we have done this for last 30 years. When I started career, we worked on certain things, and it's found that how the whole thing has changed. One thing is there कि as Rahul ji rightly said, customer, ग्राहक ग्राहक को क्या चाहिए वो जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है. उसके अलावा एक दूसरा चीज़ जो एक है कि जो एस्पायरिंग यूथ है, वी सेड अबाउट द डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड, वो यूथ के एस्पिरेशंस क्या हैं, एक्सपेक्टेशंस क्या हैं. बहुत मतलब अच्छा लगा कि ये आइडियाज़ जो हैं उनको और हम जो यूथ के एस्पिरेशंस हैं उनको मैच कर सके और जो ट्वीक अराउंड करें, सो देन मिरेकल्स विल हैपन. जैसे हमने पाया है कि इवन ट्रेनिंग कैन बी एंटरप्रेन्योरल एक्टिविटी. हमने देखा कि हमने कुछ माइक्रो ट्रेनिंग सेंटर्स शुरू किए क्योंकि वी कैन नॉट रीच एवरीवेयर, and interestingly found some youth, now they are training the villagers in dairying and earning annually 1.1 to 1.5 lakh, and they have even invested the money on that. दूसरा ये है कि ये अच्छा है कि सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप और कलेक्टिव्स में काम कर रहे हैं. देयर आर चैलेंजेस but still the spirit of institution and cooperation will always remain there. So that's a good thing कि then the social capital will be enriched. और कई सारी चीज़ें हैं जिनमें हम वहीं से अगर ट्रिगर करें कि what the aspirant youth want. हमारे पास में कई बार आते हैं, एवरी वीक वी गेट फोन कि हमको डेयरी शुरू करनी है, हमको पनीर बनाना है, हमको खोया बनाना है, आप ट्रेनिंग देंगे. तो हम उनको भी यही कहते हैं कि आप पहले आओ, हमारा 2 वीक का प्रोग्राम है, अटेंड करो, फिर जो है हम आगे बात करेंगे कि आप क्या कर सकते हो. एंड यू वॉन्ट इमेजिन कि जब हमने ये 2 साल पहले डेयरी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का प्रोग्राम शुरू किया, फिर शंभू साहब से मुलाकात हुआ, फिर मालूम पड़ा शुभा हैज़ ज्वाइंड, तो फिर हमने इनके भी इनपुट्स लिए कि हाउ टू मैनेज ऑल द स्टेक होल्डर्स, आपका क्या है. तो हमने पाया कि आने के बाद में उनका पूरा माइंडसेट चेंज हो गया. आया था एक व्यक्ति आए थे, वो उनको शुरू करनी थी डेयरी. He come up with the silage making machine, and now he is making silage making machines, packing machines. उसको लगा ये अच्छा चीज़ है सर, ये मैं कर सकता हूँ. कुछ ने फिर कुछ आए थे कि मैं 50 गाय का डेयरी शुरू करूँगा, लाखों रुपए कमाऊँगा. यहाँ आने के बाद उनको लगा कि नहीं, पहले जो है मैं खुद काम करूँगा. मैं कहा कभी आपके हाथ में कभी गोबर लगा है हाथ में? तो मैं बताया है कि जब मैं फार्म संभालता था, लेबर ने स्ट्राइक कर दिया, तो बेलचे से मेरे को गोबर उठा करके बायोगैस में घोलना पड़ा. तो इसके लिए तैयारी है? बोले हाँ साहब, मैंने भी देखा था. अभी एक ग्रुप आया था, निश एरिया हम अपने उसमें ही अगर देखें, अभी एक नागपुर के पास में एक गांव में 40 लोगों ने फॉडर, ग्रीन फॉडर ग्रो कर रहे हैं और उसको कटिंग करके नागपुर सिटी में बेचते हैं. यू वॉन्ट इमेजिन, 1 हेक्टेयर के पीछे लोगों ने 1-1 लाख रुपए कमाया, सिर्फ चॉप करके. जो प्याज का बोरा होता है, 20 किलो का बोरा भर के, और उसको सिटी में बेचना और फिर कटिंग्स बेचना. एक ने 1 लाख रुपए 1 साल में कमाया है. जब हम लोग यंग थे तब हमने किया था, गोभी लगाते थे लोग, तो हमने कहा व्हाई नॉट ब्रोकली, गोभी जैसा ही है. तो मार्केट में लेके गए तो बोले ये तो खराब गोभी है, ये तो हरा हो गया है. तो तो फिर साथ में हम एक रेसिपी का पैम्फलेट ले करके और वो साथ में दिया करते थे। और फिर हमने रांची में किया था, तो हमने रांची जिम खाना क्लब और कुछ मैकॉन आर्मी कंटोनमेंट ऑर्गेनाइज वो पकड़े और उसको बेचने का निश एरिया अगर हम पकड़ेंगे जो वो कर रहे हैं उसी में। ये KRSV में जब थे तो मक्का ग्रो करते थे तो कैसे ब्रीडर सीड करे, गुजको मॉसोल के साथ लिंक करके सीड प्रोडक्शन में किया, तो वही चीज़ 2 से 3 गुना इनकम सेम फसल से हो गया। ऐसे ही अगर एनिमल हस्बेंड्री हैव ट्रिमेंडस पोटेंशियल, डेयरी कोऑपरेटिव्स हैव ट्रिमेंडस पोटेंशियल टू ग्रो। अभी हम लोग बात कर रहे थे कि सारे लोग कहते हैं हम गाय रखेंगे, दूध लेंगे, दूध या तो खुद बेचेंगे या सोसाइटी में बेचेंगे। अगर हम हीफर रेयरिंग करें, सारे लोग रोते हैं ब्रीड नहीं मिलता है, अच्छे ब्रीड का एनिमल नहीं मिलता है, लोग चीट होते हैं, बाहर से लेके आते हैं, प्रोडक्शन कम हो जाता है, एनिमल खराब निकलता है, सारे इश्यूज होते हैं। क्यों नहीं रीजनल लेवल पे ब्रीड का हीफर रेयरिंग का अगर सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में करें, कैचमेंट है, अवेलेबिलिटी है, सारा कुछ है। यू वोंट इमेजिन, हमने हिसाब लगाया 2 साल के अंदर में 60,000 से 80,000 रुपया एक फैमिली को मिल सकता है। साइलेज मेकिंग, कैटल फीड का है, मिनरल मिक्सचर का है, यही इतना सारा चीज है। AI टेक्नीशियंस, सिर्फ स्किल एनहांसमेंट करना है, ऑलमोस्ट 45 दिन का ट्रेनिंग, 60 दिन का फील्ड ट्रेनिंग। और कितने वुमेन है, अभी आनंदिता के साथ बात कर रहे थे कि नाउ दे आर अर्निंग गुड अमाउंट ऑफ मनी। किसी ने स्कूटी ले लिया है, मोबिलिटी उनकी बढ़ गया है, एफिशिएंसी बढ़ गया है। उससे भी ज़्यादा अभी मैं पढ़ रहा था प्रोफेसर खांडवाला का जो अभी लास्ट ईयर बुक आया है, उसमें जो उन्होंने लिखा है कि दीज सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स कैन आल्सो टेक अप ए रोल ऑफ ए सोशल लीडर। एंड वी फाउंड कि कितने लोग हैं जो कि अभी जो उन्होंने सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप शुरू किया था, and now they have become a social leader in their village and taken up the larger role of the whole society welfare with the effective governance and training and capacity building and multiple issues. तो जो एस्पिरेशंस, अभी एस्पिरेशंस की बात करें तो मैं अभी एक बार, हमारा रोड में एक ट्रेनिंग सेंटर है, उसमें AI टेक्नीशियंस आए हुए थे, 25 AI टेक्नीशियंस थे। आप यकीन नहीं मारोगे, उसमें से 30% वर कंप्यूटर ग्रेजुएट एंड अनदर 30% वर ड्रॉप आउट ड्यू टू सम डिफरेंट रीजंस, दे कुडंट कंप्लीट द डिग्री। दे वांट 25,000 to 30,000 rupee earning in village. तो एस्पायरिंग यूथ रूरल एरिया में व्हाट दे एक्सपेक्ट, हाउ दे कैन अर्न आइदर ऑन द सर्विस सेक्टर और इन द ट्रेडिंग और इन द वैल्यू एडिशन। अभी स्वीट्स बन रही है, पनीर है, खोया है, ये सब है। इसको अगर अंडर FSI कंप्लायंसेस करके और इसको बना सके या खाली चिलिंग का कर सके। अभी एक बार हमारे पास में सतना से एक ग्रुप आया था, फार्मर्स, जैसे वी वांट टू डू द एनिमल हस्बेंड्री, द प्रॉब्लम इज हमारे यहाँ कोई दूध लेने नहीं आता। तो जस्ट एडिंग बाय अ चिलिंग फैसिलिटी, just infrastructure support can change over the whole thing.
So, दो सवाल आपसे पूछना पड़ेगा कि एक तो ये है कि वैसे हम सब तो पास में ही हैं, लेकिन we are a bit confused on this issue of how to promote entrepreneurship. Different institutions have different kinds of roles. So you have had an opportunity to listen to many of these enterprises they're doing various kinds of things, maybe tourism, something in say natural resource management, etc. So agar, and somehow they do not necessarily think of ways by which incomes can be augmented of villagers by diversifying their portfolio by including dairy, because the dairy thing is in a
Altogether different.
is in a different track altogether. So morning, I think yesterday he was talking about so this idea of increasing farm incomes, part can come through tourism, part can come through value addition, etc. And somehow the feeling of many of these individual entrepreneurs, they believe in collectives, social capital, etc., but they are not part of a collective institution. They are not a cooperative in that sense. So they don't not naturally approach an NDDB kind of organization. So how is it that they can actually take on some of your learnings into, what is your suggestion to them to expand their own enterprise and improve rural incomes? And how can dairying be a small part of their existing portfolio? Aisa ho sakta hai? As an individual entrepreneur, not necessarily as a collective enterprise.
Yeah.
Because
You see, tourism have a tremendous potential. जो लोग सौराष्ट्र में गए हैं, गिर में आप देखेंगे, हमने पहले क्या किया था, कुछ वाच टावर्स बनाए थे, उसको बाद में लोगों ने रहने के लिए टूरिज्म में इस्तेमाल करने लगे. इसी तरह actually tourism have a tremendous potential. Only thing is कि how we encash it and how we connect with them. हमने कोशिश किया था. Only thing is जैसे कह रहे थे कि फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंट के साथ में प्रॉब्लम होता है, रेपो नहीं बनता है. It takes time. But once it get convinced, I think things will be easier. गिर में from November onwards up to February, लोगों ने वाड़ियों में इतने 2-2 कमरे बना रखे हैं, और मुंबई से वीकेंड्स में लोग आते हैं. टूरिस्ट से उन्होंने अपना वो कर रखा है लिंकेज. I have found they come and stay for 2 days. बाजरे की रोटी, बैगन, कहते हैं बाजरे में रोटलो, ओरो अने छाछ खा के, ऊपर वो उन्होंने मचान जैसे बना रखे हैं, उसमें रहते हैं, रूरल टूरिज्म का देखते हैं, फिर जंगल में भी जा सकते हैं, सारा करते हैं. एंड दे आर डूइंग इट. Only thing is कि we have to match the aspirations with our organizational or our objectives. उनका इन्वॉल्वमेंट बहुत जरूरी है. वो अगर एक बार हो जाएगा, so then things will be easier to do. चाहे वो किसी में भी हो, आप टूरिज्म ले या आप प्रोसेसिंग का ले. The grading, actually we found that success of dairy cooperative is the automation of the grading of milk. Within a fraction of second, it is decided कि वो आपका दूध का क्या क्वालिटी और क्या रेट होगा. And that made the huge difference. वही अगर हम एग्रीकल्चर में कर पाए, मैंने एक बार भेजा भी था कि जैसे आई कम टू नो कि अभी कुछ चाइनीज मशीन्स आया है, दे कैन ग्रेड एंड बाय ग्रेडिंग दे कैन फिक्स अप द रेट आल्सो. सम ऑटोमेटिक मशीन आया है, पर इट सीम्स वो कुछ कॉस्टली है, 2-2.5 लाख का है. तो कोई नाबार्ड भी फंडिंग करने को तैयार नहीं है, कोई भी तैयार नहीं है. और मैं पीएमओ में भी लिखा था, तो उन्होंने लिखा है कि भाई यहाँ तो मार्केट यार्ड में मशीन्स लगे हुए हैं उस तरह के, तो कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है. तो अनलेस वी कैन मिनिमाइज बायसनेस विद द टेक्नोलॉजी सॉल्यूशंस, And human biases agar if we can reduce, that will give you the very encouraging results.
So Ashok ji, I think one of the things that often comes out कि कल हमारी बात हो रही थी FPOs के बारे में, तो we had a conference on FPOs. तो हर समय ये कहा जाता है कि अगर ऑपरेशन फ्लड वगैरह हुआ तो इसके पीछे एनडीडीबी जैसे एक संस्था था, लेकिन आजकल के ज़माने में हम स्केल के बारे में बात करते हैं और ये संस्था एनडीडीबी जैसे संस्था है नहीं जो इंस्टीट्यूशनल डेवलपमेंट वो सब कर रही है. सो एंड ऐसा नहीं लगता है कि ऐसा संस्था भी होगा. एफपीओस का भी 10,000 हम बना रहे हैं, लेकिन हमको कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है कि ऐसे एनडीडीबी जैसा संस्था होगा. हालांकि डबलिंग फार्म इनकम की रिपोर्ट में लिखा भी गया है कि नेशनल फार्मर्स डेवलपमेंट बोर्ड रहना चाहिए. तो छोड़ दीजिए, खैर वो बात छोड़ दीजिए, लेकिन आपका जो अनुभव रहा है, क्योंकि इसमें बहुत सारे लोग हमारे जो एंटरप्राइजेस हैं सब किसी न किसी तरह से प्रशिक्षण के काम में काम कर रहे हैं. तो आपका जो बहुत अनुभव रहा है ट्रेनिंग के ऊपर, अगर एक दो चीज इनको लेके जाना है कि प्रशिक्षण ठीक से कैसे करना है और what are the tips that they possibly should do as they build up, get people to build their own institutions or build their own institutions as well, आप कुछ सलाह वगैरह कुछ देना चाहेंगे उनको?
Such a large institution formation will be is a challenge, and that was a visionary dimension of Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, which then taken over by Dr. Kurian, and then subsequent leaders of NDDB chairman have taken initiative and transformed the institutions for the client-oriented, client-focused delivery. And that has actually, our prime focus is always a farmer. Whatever we do, whether it is going to help farmer or not. We believe in providing best of the technology, but along with that, dedicated training and capacity building to build a learning organization. I always say that people should always learn, open to learn, and build a learning organization. Invite the ideas, understand. और अभी ऐसे इंस्टीट्यूट तो नहीं बन सकते हैं, but there can be a network, or just I see it is just, you see, in a 2-year span, it is growing in all the directions. So these kind of networks of like-minded institutions or inter-institutional linkages can actually help a lot in building these training and capacity building things. And more is about how you can bring in more people through networking and other dissemination technologies used either by Skype or by other media, how we can keep interaction and make the things better and try to scale up in a larger sphere. Small initiatives needs a scale up. Unless they scale up, the benefit will not reach, and the survival of institution will also then, law of diminishing return जो है, you bell curve. So you have to go up and try to retain it. That is more important. And always be learning, open to learn. And actually another thing जो हमने ये पिछले 25 सालों में एनडीडीबी में और AKRSV में सीखा कि if you have a problem ना, go with the people, ask the farmer himself what they want, and you will get tremendous answers. शुरू में हम 2001-2 में जब माइक्रो एंटरप्राइजेस शुरू किए थे, हम क्या सोचते थे, पत्तल मेकिंग मशीन, आटा चक्की, बकरी पालन, the backyard poultry, and then हमको याद है हमने एक प्रपोजल बनाया था फॉर पीटीजीज, प्रिमिटिव ट्राइब ग्रुप्स। उसमें हमने बनाया था, हमने उसमें ऑलमोस्ट 8 एक्टिविटी डाला था एक हाउस होल्ड लेवल पे। तो एक फिर हमने प्रेजेंटेशन किया, तो सेक्रेटरी ट्राइबल वेलफेयर जो थे मिस्टर एन तिवारी, उन्होंने कहा यार ऐसे कुछ नहीं होने वाला, ये कभी ऊपर नहीं आएगा। इफ़ यू वांट टू डबल द इनकम, you have to give the best and provide just 1 or 2 intervention। तो फिर हमने किया एक एक्टिविटी और एक डेडिकेटेड टीम, 5 लोगों का डेडिकेटेड टीम, 60,000 पर हाउस होल्ड कॉस्टिंग, एंड यू वोंट बिलीव रिजल्ट्स वर ट्रिमेंडस। तो HR point of view, if you want to pilot anything, try to put a dedicated team rather than going for a multitasking. If you go for a dedicated team to do the thing, उन्होंने तिवारी जी ने यह भी कहा था, एक बंदा आप मॉनिटरिंग के लिए, डाटा के लिए एक अलग से रखना कि मैं डाटा बहुत मांगूंगा। तो एक बंदा MIS का हमने अलग से रखा था उसमें, जिसका काम ही यही था कि कंप्यूटर में ऑनलाइन हर वीक डाटा भरना, और वो डाटा वेबसाइट में अपलोड होता रहता था। तो he said I will give separate money for data entry, but data should be updated all the time। तो एक MIS का बंदा अलग से रखा था। तो हर जगह में 4 जगह में हमारे लोकेशंस थी तब, और चारों जगह में एक माइक्रो एंटरप्राइज का डेडिकेटेड टीम बना, तब जाकर के देन रिजल्ट स्टार्ट कमिंग अप, एंड नाउ थिंग्स चेंज, एंड आई एम हैप्पी नाउ कि नाउ विच वी हैव सोन द सीड दैट टाइम, नाउ इवन द नेशनल लेवल अवार्ड हैज बीन वन फ्रॉम which was started or conceived almost 18 years back, 19 years back। So structure in HR, we say structure is very important, team is dedicated, team is important। हमारा कोई चाहता है मल्टीटास्किंग कर ले, मल्टीटास्किंग is good once the things are in routine, but if you want to pilot anything, उसमें हमने देखा कि मल्टीटास्किंग में ना बंदा वही काम ज़्यादा करता है जिसमें वो कंफर्टेबल है, वो नए चीज़ में फिर हाथ डालने में थोड़ा झिझकता है कि ये बाद में करूँगा। तो अपूर्व ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू से, जो किसी ने कहा भी था, बेस्ट इज एनिमी ऑफ गुड। वो बेस्ट के चक्कर में हम जो है उसको शुरू करने में वी लॉस लॉट ऑफ टाइम। तो इफ़ यू गो इंक्रीमेंटल, कितने आते हैं हमारे पास में, वो हमको डेयरी करनी है 50 गाय की, हाफ ऑफ देम गेट फेल्ड, क्योंकि पहले वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनाते हैं, गाय बाद में लाते हैं, कर्जा पड़ना चालू हो जाता है पहले से। जब गाय लाना चालू करते हैं तो मालूम पड़ा गाय कहीं मिल नहीं रही, शेड बना लिया, 5 लाख का शेड बना लिया, 100 गाय लानी है, सारा कुछ कर लिया, गाय ढूंढने गए, गाय मिला 5 एंड देन दे फेल। वो मिल भी गया, सब हो गया। तो दैट्स व्हाई वी आर थिंकिंग कि हाउ वी कैन इन्वॉल्व इवन द, अभी हम लोग आइडिया में थे इंडियन डेयरी एसोसिएशन का, दे आल्सो सेड कि इंडस्ट्रीज हैज़ टू सपोर्ट द सोशल एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एंड स्टार्टअप्स। सो लॉट ऑफ देम आर आल्सो टेकिंग अप दिस थिंग कि हाउ यू कैन लिंक। अगर हम, कई चीज़ें ऐसी हैं कि जो कि रेडीमेड मार्केट से लिंक कर सकते हैं। अभी कई लोगों ने वो ड्राइविंग का शुरू किया है, एंड ड्राइविंग इज आल्सो पिकिंग अप वेरी नाइसली। यूथ ड्राइविंग सीखे, साथ में थोड़ा क्लाइंट ओरिएंटेशन, कस्टमर ओरिएंटेशन वो सीखे, एंड देन, और उसके लिए आप यकीन मानिए, आप किसी भी कंपनी से बात करेंगे, हमने शुरू में बात किया था टाटा मोटर्स से, They were ready to even finance the vehicle to youths. तो अगर हम एक लिंकेजेस का काम अगर कर सके, लियाजन का, establish linkages with the like-minded organizations, we can do a lot of things. Marketing is one. Another is that if we can have a networking and linkages, that can also be a good option for looking at those things.
Thank you, sir. I think we'll come back to you if more questions are there from the house.
Yes,
I'd now like to invite Nitin to share some of his experiences, but just to set the context, I think many of us are looking for patient capital that can help us, first stabilize our business model and then, perhaps expand, grow, etc. And especially working in sectors which don't give the same kind of returns as, an IT-based company and things like that. This patient capital has been actually missing quite a bit. And one of the suggestions that has been made was that can CSR funding be used to support incubation centers? This is a thought that is technically part of the CSR rules. And we've been hearing this for a while, but we were very excited to know that finally one of the CSR companies or one of the companies has set up an incubation center that possibly can address some of this. So very briefly, why was NESCO set up and how? And of course, the other thing that all these people here will ask is that NESCO seems to now think only of the Charotar region. People from Kerala to Uttarakhand to other kinds of places would also like to know how they can access and benefit from. Charotar is a very prosperous place in any case, so how can we go beyond Charotar? So these are the two questions for you.
Yeah, thank you. Since morning we had a very good presentation and everybody shared the good pathway that we did this and this is what we actually achieved. And in the last, they also shared that we need support. We want something and to scale up. So, I listen everybody. So if you talk about grassroots, grassroots needs global investment or global touch. MMT, millet machine, obviously need a pattern to be done so far to scale up their idea. Gramya needs scale, definitely yes. Paryavaran Mitra, they themselves told that we are not waste management company, but yes, for plastic credits and everything, we'll have to touch with other ecosystem. IRMA needs iSeed, if I'm not wrong. iSeed need ACARE SPA, yes. And ACARE SPA needs some good entrepreneurs. How entrepreneurs need good support. So this all about the inclusive entrepreneurship, what I understand is. Why inclusive? Let me understand. Because there are 4 areas. In NESCO also we have prioritized this area. So any entrepreneurs, first of all, they need a conceptual clarity whether I go or not go, do or not do. Okay. So this conceptual clarity with the research or basic understanding, awareness, training is required. And that is one stage that they are most required. So there are one group like NGO or we can say some academia, incubators is required to support this stage. Now apart from this, they also required to understand what exactly business plan. Without a good plan, a business development plan, you may not progress. Why I was emphasizing the feeling of this was the hard reality. We'll have to make a good plan. So this is stage where the entrepreneurs need support. And after all, after that they require early stage seed fund. Suppose they have a good idea, a good business plan, but they require seed fund to make a good model or demo, at least a prototype or design. And then there is a growth stage where they want to scale up the idea. So these are the 4 verticals each entrepreneurs pass through. Now coming to the inclusive ecosystem, everybody cannot do everything. And that's what we realize in Charotar. What ICT is doing, we don't want to duplicate in NESCO. What Anand Agriculture is doing, university is doing, we do not want to duplicate in NESCO. That's why we took a 6 months to understand what others incubators are doing. And after that process, we realized that now this is stage where their ideas, their partners should come in NESCO and will start with the advanced stage. So no need of pre-incubation support in NESCO. So we started to undertake some good startup, those already having good ideas since like 2-3 years they are doing. So we took 10 startups right now, and really they have a very good business plan. So now this stage to put some venture fund, venture capital to take ahead the idea, because everybody have their own business mind and social cause definitely. And we are having 5 to 6 questions in our application. What is the problem statement? What are you want to solve for the society? That's called what a social cause is. So not for only profit, but the thing is how they are much conscious. So there are some, in this our ecosystem, 4 to 5 partners, what I really understand, they should be inbuilt. Now missing is government only for logo and taking some grant is not only easy or not only enough. We should bring them in such kind of platform. Their role is very different. So government, like not only SSIP, but there are very good schemes that we can roll out for such kind of integration. Industry expert, that was also, we really understand that this is our expertise, but there are the people in ground that really put this effort in very well manner. So their expertise is need to be understood in this kind of platform, so that we can also get very good understanding. Say in Madurai, let me share one very good example, that is of how not-for-profit venture fund can be created. IIMA Bangalore has taken a very good initiative, Dr. Nagarjun. Lastly I met here in iHub, IIMA. So what he shared that they have channelized some good industries, good venture funds, angel investor, and they have made NAN, NAN, that is a native angel network, NAN. And they have modified more than 200 crores to support the startups. Not for profit, but not for profit. So this is the very good idea. Angel investor also can roll out their fund. Now we have taken a very good step in NESCO that we almost 90% of people in Karamsad, they are our NRG, non-resident Gujaratis. So I had a very good meeting with them. So they all are agreed, we have fund, we don't want to how to utilize the fund. I said we have very good implementers, so good ideas are there. So now putting there, they are the angel for us. So this word angel investor is very good, right now is very good, in market also. Ahmedabad has their own network. So we want to develop a Charotar angel networks. So that this will be the part of our ecosystem. Because only thing that, putting idea, training, understanding, this is the business plan, this is how you can go, this is not enough. For ecosystem, we need booster, and that's kind of investment is the good booster. Yes, obviously, in 2013, this act was made mandate for the corporates who are having some 2-3 criteria. If you cross that, there's a compulsion for you to utilize your 2% of the profit for the social cause, that of CSR we say. In CSR, then in last year only, Nirmala Sitharamanji made good announcement that if any CSR foundation or CSR people want to utilize the money for incubation, now they also made a liberal law that they can put money for incubation. So now lot of things they have changed. So earlier it was only only it was clause that you can only fund to the institution where the incubation center is located. Now it is changed. You can have your own incubation center, you can support outside the institution also. So after that, we took initiative. Adani has developed a very good incubation center. Cadila Pharma recently came up with idea. So 3-4 people last week we met in Ahmedabad IIM, and we already now decided that let's put some percentage for the social enterprise. And that was the initiative because we had the same development field. So out of the total fund, we are trying that some part especially for the social enterprise, collective enterprise, so that it is a good that we can bring some money, we can bring some seed fund to support such kind of startups. So it's CII, and we already have dialogue on that. Why corporate have to put money? Because there are 4 to 5 reasons. See, innovation is that every company having their own R&D. So suppose I talk about Nesco. Nesco, we are having 4 to 5 different group of companies. Bombay Exhibition Center is our main source of income where we are earning. But Nesco Foods are there. Then Nesco Realty, that we are having IT Tower. Nesco Hospitality, now we are making 5-star hotels in good city. So now some good innovation is happening around foods. The Nesco Food can put money in that. So this is win-win situation where we can bring our own venture. So Nesco already we are putting 500 crores or more than that if needed for the venture fund with the rules of SIDBI. So such kind of ecosystem is happening. In morning where I word out that NGO feeling, why? It was meaning that not only one feeling will be, should be remain for the ecosystem. There should be cooperative feeling, there should be a definite policy level, like, government should be there. So this kind of what we are talking about, this ecosystem. Yeah.
I have a difference of opinion, because when you work with, especially in the area where we are working with mountain communities, there are also caste taboos in terms of what kind of economic activity, like Murgi Palan, not every caste will be doing that, or even goatry. And also taking into account the climate change trend, and there are risks involved with different crops. So I think a little bit of optimization between the, we need to have a basket of activities, and we need to balance between the market, as Visha was talking about community tourism. Now, there are seasons when you will have the tourists, but there are also seasons you don't have this. So how do you ensure regular income? So I would say that we need to diversify, as well as we need to then have focused teams and expertise on those different areas. It has to be a combination of the two. It can't be just focused on one activity.
Okay.
Actually, I was there in Tribal Development Department with Tiwari sir on the same proposal. I witnessed this because diversity that he was mean. Suppose you are doing for the, yes, caste-wise and everything, only one particular group. It's a very, they can only do. But what he was suggested, and like you do value addition in the same. Don't go for everything together. But put a one course of activity, in activity, what is the value addition, different stage. So PTG was successful project because they have highlighted one activity, within activity, they put various value added services and different kind of value addition program and activities. So that was very successful. So both of where like diversity is required, same type value addition in the one core areas where you can get good result. Yeah.
I think I'd just like to ask one question to Rahul, so to try and remain focused. So I think it didn't get answered in the morning. So we've done this pilot on grassroots entrepreneurship training, and we are talking about, going vernacular, etc. Maybe 1 or 2 pilots, Shubha has done something, you've been actively involved, and you've been involved in other kinds of projects as well. Gautam has been part of some of this initiative as well. So how do you see this going ahead? And what should all of us do to take this further? तो आप हिंदी में बोल दीजिए, मेरी सवाल तो अंग्रेजी में हो गया है.
I think so. So the question is, if you want to only focus on the training, taking from what you said, you want to specialize in one thing, then there's a different answer. That it's about content, it is about delivery, and you can go in that direction. But if the question is, then how do you support the grassroots entrepreneurs?
Yeah.
Then training is one of the component. So what is your question? So which one is your question?
You can take it as either way, but yeah, let's take the second one. I mean, I think
Like how do you,
how do people in this room support grassroots entrepreneurs?
Okay.
And based on whatever pilot that ICED has done, which is very small, and your larger experience, what is your, see the challenge that we have is in any case, certain kinds of institutions need to be built. But these kinds of institutions cannot be the NDDBs of, you know, that era is of a different nature of institution building.
Yeah.
So today we are talking of a startup, but startup is also an institution in some sense. So what is it that, otherwise it's just an experiment might just go off. So how can some amount of learning get consolidated, and importantly, how can the ecosystem support the grassroots entrepreneur? So training, as you said, is one part. So what are the things that people need to do?
so one is that anybody who wants to support has to clearly think of at what level they want to operate. Because clearly there are two levels one can operate. One is what I call the level 0, where the person has no idea, no money. Right? So you are now helping them with exposure, you know, training. They come, they will get some confidence, and then things will happen. What we call it when we select India Fellows, we call it a repair model. There is prepare, there is repair. So this is a repair. This person has no idea, and there are organizations who will go for that. The second is the prepare kind of a model. So whether it is a grassroots entrepreneur or it is a regular entrepreneur, they come to any incubator or any organization or any individual for possibly two reasons. The big reason is they want some money. Okay. So I think every institution that wants to promote has to make sure that either they can give money, that the entrepreneur is thinking whether you can give money to them or you can get them money from somewhere else. Okay. And you are thinking, is the idea good enough? Even if I have money, I would like to invest money, but I also have some training, some gyan that I want to give to these guys, which this person may or may not be able to see at this point of time. So I think that these two mechanisms have to go together. The second is also that if you look at now what kind of entrepreneurs can come to you. So like our experience of Udyam and also Unlimited and my own initiatives where I am like supporting entrepreneurs, they will either come to you and say, okay, this is my idea, you give me the money, and then you provide support to me. That's an easier kind of a model because the guy knows the idea. I don't have to build technical expertise in career counseling or build technical expertise in value addition in agri-commodity supply chain. All I need to do is, can I assess the person, give them some money, and then facilitate a lot of other things. Just the things that our entrepreneur asks for is GST registration कैसे होता है? What is FSSI? उत्तराखंड में एक स्कीम है, I think it's called some वीर सिंह गढ़वाली स्कीम है. उसके अंडर if you're doing a community tourism, you can get some loan. So tell me all the information that I need to get some loan and all that help me with some paperwork. Well, that is very unique to every enterprise. We are supporting a beautician and she is running a small boutique, you know. Now she needs a very different training than someone who's making ghee. So our facilitation is very, very then customized. The second guys who come to you are say to them we can tell them, okay, here is an idea that we have. You know, we want to promote rural tourism. Would you like to work on that? Here's an idea. We'll also we'll support you in some ways. And the third group of entrepreneurs which are probably not entrepreneurs, where you tell them, पैसा भी मेरा है, idea भी मेरा है, आप सिर्फ labor contribute करिए, which is a more pradhan, large scale kind of a model that I'll give you each and every technical expertise to be able to do this work really well. So really every institution has to see where is my, like in whichever area I'm working in, where does that I want to intervene. Do I want to intervene at the Pradhan model? I'll give money, I'll give technical expertise, everything.
So some of the NGOs that are represented here, we had a panel in the morning as well. So what is your recommendation for them? What should they be doing? They've done some testing of this through an initial prepare, repair. I don't know which stage would you put them. So what do you think they should do now?
So the organizations that are promoting,
they are thinking of promoting or they are already engaged in promoting early stage. They got into place, I see got
Yeah.
one set of training. There is a certain amount of energy amongst the entrepreneurs. That's what I gathered. I wasn't there, but overall uniform, the entrepreneurs got quite felt excited. So what is the next thing that you think these organizations should be doing?
So I think different levels. So I have interacted with PSI, so I kind of know that they are at a stage where they have to do the complete cycle. So the entrepreneurs have made products, right? The costing is here and there, but the products are ready. Yeah, they have got the labels ready. I think somebody have also got the licenses ready. Now they have to do the complete cycle of selling it, making a return, then do it 3-4 times so that everybody gets confidence that this can be done. So which means there's a lot of onus on the PSI to handhold in some of the finer things. Whereas you can see it, it is a transparent packing.
Like we had today,
Yeah.
which Anu's shown us in that packaging behind.
The second is that it has a lot of details of what this bhat is, without mentioning two things. One is that it is actually a kind of soybean. It says bhat. Second, it has a lot of things written in Hindi, with like really difficult Hindi. इसमें बहुत ही प्रचुर मात्रा में प्रोटीन पाया जाता है. इसमें ये और you can see the passion of the farmer, that whatever they like, they have put everything inside. So I asked, ये कौन खरीदेगा आपसे? कोई गढ़वाली तो नहीं खरीदेगा, क्योंकि वो तो अपने गांव से ले लेते हैं. नहीं, वो नहीं खरीदेंगे. ये तो हम एग्जीबिशन में आपके जैसे किसी आदमी को भेजेंगे. मैं तो इसे पढ़ ही नहीं पाऊंगा, और मैं अगर पढ़ भी पाऊंगा, मैं समझ नहीं पाऊंगा कि प्रचुर क्या चीज है एक्चुअली. प्रचुर इज काइंड ऑफ प्रोटीन और इट इज समथिंग एल्स. सो दैट हैंड होल्डिंग, or to say that instead of putting the photograph of soybean, can you put the photograph of the farmer or the field where it is being grown, so that I can make a connect with so आपकी ब्रांड का नाम है हिम अमृत, right? So can I see with something and connect it with Himalayas? So वो hand holding जो है, I think it's unfair to expect that the farmer entrepreneur will do at this stage. So which means that front foot पे आके organizations को खेलने की जरूरत है. Whereas organizations which are bit mature, जहां पे उनके ये है, उनको they have to cut the umbilical cord, because then everybody is like too dependent on. So it almost seems like कि entrepreneurs का जो business है वो non-profits जो है वो चला रही है. So I think this is kind of now every organization has to then assess whether they are at a stage where they should cut the umbilical cord, or they are at a stage where to kind of go in the front foot and bat for them. So unfair to expect that farmers will do at their end a million things.
Sure.
Yeah, and help them with these things: marketing, advertising, facilitate the licensing, help them think through whether they should sell local or outside, and all of that. And that is, I think, is the kind of role. And if they can also convert their organizations within that, convert into like in business we have the SBU. What is it called? Strategic business unit, right? And where you say, okay, I'm going to put an entrepreneur from my organization to run this, and say, if you have 100 entrepreneurs under you, they are doing today a sale of 100 rupees. When tomorrow it gets to 300 rupees, your salary and everything is all variable on that. You also show this entrepreneur an upside, that this can also happen if, otherwise it's just like another day in the life of a non-profit organization. So I think that would be my 2 bits.
Okay, so what I'd like to do now is just make a suggestion which we could discuss a bit later, and I'm going to ask all of you to answer 2 questions. Yes, use the mic. Because you went to the other organizations, you may have something more to say.
Yeah, so what I've also realized is, I think one thing which I would want to reiterate, which Rahul mentioned, is I think our offering needs to be very customized. We are dealing with entrepreneurs here, and they need a solution to their problems. So, and each one is doing different things, so we can't give a standardized solution. It needs to be very specific. I think second thing, I think what we can do is we can try and aggregate services. So let's say somebody wants, meaning something as simple as making a video about what you are doing. So if we can have one person, so let's say we are catering to 100 different entrepreneurs, we can have this one person catering to these 100 entrepreneurs, and by doing this, I think the cost of this one person can come down, And I think it could serve all the 100 entrepreneurs.
हाँ ये लीजिए
I have been listening this debate and presentation. I think there is a huge confusion here in this whole group about the typology of entrepreneurs you're talking about. See, there are two sets, and we should be very clear about it. One are those who are potential entrepreneurs, they have yet to start their journey. Mr. Nanwal is talking about those entrepreneurs who have completed some journey and they need some help. So they are two different groups, they are not one group. Okay? For both the segments, the inputs have to be totally different. While in case those who have carried out some journey, their inputs will have to be very, very specific, need-based. The entrepreneurs who are potential and yet to start their journey, their inputs will have to be, not only should, but will have to be, several inputs will be common, what basics of marketing, basics of finance, basics of sales, all those things, they have to be common in nature where you are training the entrepreneurs. In fact, see, sometimes what happens that what we try to give what we have instead of giving what they need. I mean, we should be very clear what we want from them. Whose need is it? I mean, unless you convert their need into their demand, I mean, they are two different things. They may need, but unless this need is converted into demand, you are not going to make any headway, whatever. As far as single versus multiple activities is concerned in promoting, see, umpteen number of papers and if you go through books, livelihoods with people survive with multiple livelihoods, people don't survive with single livelihood. I have yet to see cases where people have continued with, see, they're seasonal. With seasonality they change. That is why in Madhya Pradesh, when it came to the training of grassroots people in technical skills, and you give training for plumber or electrician, no, they said no, it is not. It's a bundle of activities which is to be. This person should be able to do multiple activities. Only then he will survive. Otherwise, he will not. He or she will not survive. So one has to take a very set kind of decision, because there is a merit in mass. A lot of people do group activities, a lot of people doing, but there is a huge risk that if it fails, it is not one person who is failing, you are failing entire village or entire 2 or 3 or 4 villages, and it will be a chaos. So be very clear about what you are promoting. Group entrepreneurship is very fancy, and I have promoted it. I have experimented in Nagaland and a whole lot of places, promoted it. I am votary, but I have also seen failure in Nagaland where 60 women, this activity failed, and we had no face to say. We didn't have any answer what to do with this failure case, except that I could write in my book that this case failed because of this. For me, it was writing a failure, but for these people who failed, look at them. The last point, which I would like to emphasize to all the NGOs, when you work in entrepreneurship, please don't work for them, try to work with them. It makes a lot of difference. So till you continue to work for them, you are nowhere. Work with them. You will go very, very long way. So I have these questions, not answers. So please bear with me to be for my very forthright observations. But
extremely valuable for us. I mean, we might tend to take similar kinds of mistakes as we go along. So it's about 5:15 now, and I think some people might have to leave. So what I'd like to ask very specifically of you is that this is a nice gathering of people some of whom are known to each other, some are not. So I'd like you to just take 1 minute each by the time I will give the mementos to our speakers, and just ask one question for yourself, which I would like each one of you to articulate. Ki, you know, having met everyone here in the last few days, how do you intend to work with some of your new friends that you've found in the next 6 months or 1 year? So that's the question that I would like to ask each one of you. So that's the way forward. The way forward is, in some sense, what each of us express our intention to try and see what we would like to learn from each other. I think there's a lot of peer learning that I think that's one of the things in entrepreneurship that we are increasingly learning is we learn a lot from fellow entrepreneurs. We learn a lot from their journeys. It might be in a different domain, but what is it that you think we can learn from people here? And if you have any suggestion in which ICIT should take this forward, please feel free to also make that suggestion to us. And I'm very thankful, and it's my pleasure to hand over mementos to Ashok ji. And Nitin. So Rahul, no double entry. So yeah. So Nitin, you are not in a hurry to go, or you have to leave. That's fine then. No problem. So I'm going to otherwise just take the mic around. So all of you will have to answer this question. Oh.
No,
You can announce, sir. So which means they can apply even if they are outside of Charotar. So Nitin ji, वही सवाल है कि if so that's a great news for all of us that they have, Nitin is suggesting that if any of you want seed funding based on your idea and of course the due diligence that is going to follow, please do approach NESCO Foundation for seed funding. Okay, so whom do I start with? Yes. Yes, go ahead. I hope not to me.
थोड़ा डिस्कनेक्टेड क्वेश्चन है सर, लेकिन काफ़ी सीनियर्स लोग बैठे हैं इसलिए पूछना चाह रहा था, क्योंकि मैं अभी उस जर्नी पे हूँ, यहाँ पे थोड़ा कंफ्यूज्ड हूँ। इंडिया में करीब 300 मिलियन, मैं सर से आज सुबह वही डिस्कस कर रहा था कि इंडिया में 300 मिलियन लोग ऐसे हैं जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं बिलो पॉवर्टी लाइन है और काफ़ी कुछ करना है उनके लिए। करीब 3 मिलियन NGOs काम कर रहे हैं, तो एक NGO के ऊपर 100 लोगों को काम अगर अच्छे से कर लें तो होलिस्टिक तरीके से अगर 100 लोग का देखभाल कर लेता है एक NGO, तो फिर किसी को भी भूखा पेट सोना नहीं पड़ेगा, कोई भी अनएजुकेटेड नहीं रहेगा। 1978 में एल्मा आटा करके कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ था जहाँ पे दुनिया ने डिसाइड किया था कि 2000 तक हेल्थ फॉर ऑल, अच्छा हेल्थ कर देंगे पूरी दुनिया का। वो हम लोग नहीं कर पाए। फिर 2000 में MDGs आई कि 2015 तक सबको अच्छा इम्प्रूवमेंट्स कर देंगे, वो हम लोग नहीं कर पाए। फिर SDGs आए। तो मुझे लगता है कि प्रॉब्लम प्रोजेक्ट्स का नहीं, कहीं और प्रॉब्लम है कुछ ना कुछ। तो हम लोग प्रोजेक्ट्स कितने भी कर लें, जैसे अभी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप ही है, आज अगर मेरा ही इंटेंशंस अच्छा नहीं रहा तो मैं फंडिंग आज थोड़ा ICIT से ले लूँगा, थोड़ा नेस्को से ले लूँगा, लेकिन अगर मैं चोरी रहा तो फिर मेरे बेनिफिशियरीज कभी आगे नहीं बढ़ पाएंगे। तो आई डोंट थिंक कि इशू अच्छे आइडियाज़ का है या लोगों का है, लग रहा है कहीं और कुछ कोर प्रॉब्लम ऐसा लगता है। तो उसमें आप लोग का अगर कुछ सजेशन हो तो आप बताइए, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग बहुत सालों से बहुत कुछ कर रहे हैं लेकिन लग रहा है जैसे कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा हो आगे, जहाँ थे हम लोग वहीं अटक गए हैं, या फिर हो भी रहा है तो बहुत ही स्लो मोशन में हो रहा है। जितना एफर्ट्स हम लोग लगा रहे हैं, जितने पैसे डिफरेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस खर्च कर रही हैं, तो उसमें आपका थोड़ा इनपुट चाहिए था कि क्या लगता है, मुझे गाइडेंस चाहिए, क्योंकि आई डोंट वांट टू वेस्ट माई 20 ईयर्स। 20 साल बाद भी आके फिर इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में बैठूँ बोलूँ कि अब नेक्स्ट क्या करना है, अगर तो इसलिए उस तरीके से थोड़ा रियलिटी चेक आप लोगों से समझना था।
20 साल के बाद हम तो ये कॉन्फ्रेंस नहीं करने वाले हैं। Yes.
Concerned about it again and again, that if we really want to go and reach out to the rural people and rural and poor people, we can't start with what we can do. We have to start with what they need. And the whole discussion that we saw today, actually I thought that that part was really missing. I'm sorry if I'm making a mistake. If that is true, I take my numbers back. But I think our starting point is not rural and our starting point is not poor. Our starting point is not employment generation. It is actually more like entrepreneurship, etc. etc. If we are into the entrepreneurship mode, next to me, my husband, let him take care of that. But then they are actually not in that mode. And let us be very clear about it, but let us not be very confused. I think today's whole discussion, I thought we were getting more and more confused, or rather we are not telling ourselves that we are getting this mistake, making this mistake. Let us accept that and then think of moving forward, which would require a somewhat more macro, semi-macro, a macro level picture in mind. I'm not saying at a national level, but at least at state level or something. Otherwise, we probably can't move out if you have poor in the face of your. Thank you.
I mean, one should also ask, do you think people below poverty line are the real target group for entrepreneurship?
Are the real target group for entrepreneurship?
You are promoting them as entrepreneurs. The people, when you say below poverty line, it means they are not able to meet both ends. If you talk of old definition, it is 2,100 and 2,000
300 calories.
1,800 calories. They are not able to consume even that calorie. Forget about anything else. Now with changed definition of Tendulkar, they have included housing and health and education and those things. And if you take that calculation, our poverty line is not 21%, it is 35%. Much more than 3,000, 3 million, much more. That number goes. So I always debated with myself that are they the right people for promoting entrepreneurship, or they are the right people to provide some skills where they could become more employable?
So Ashish, I think my own suggestion to your question is there's a time in the journey of an entrepreneur, it probably is true in your case, where I can see you engaging with a question that is critical. After 5 years, you've done something, and it's in some sense very, heartening to know that you're asking such a question, because it's easy for a person at your stage to say, I've done well with Paryavan Mitra. There are so many kinds of recognitions that one has got, and I could, as you say, you could scale up, and you are a sitting duck for many incubators actually. So people will be very happy to take you on. I mean, one can give you a long list of potential areas of raising funds. But I think there is a concern that you've had. I've seen you posting this on Facebook as well and other places. I don't have an answer for it, but I always do think that, Gandhiji had some deep sense of reflection on his own journey, and I still remember his work on Khadi. At one point in time, his shift from Khadi to village industries was based on the parikrama that he did during the, Harijan tour. And that's when he realized that the wages that we were giving through Khadi wasn't enough. And then he said, Khadi alone is not enough, therefore village industries, and that's how All India Village Industries Association also got formed. So I suppose that's true with any kind of journey. my own concern is not to be worried too much about the SDGs and all of that. So I think that's a global international agencies and maybe the government's headache. If we take on that burden, we will really sink. I mean, oh, shayad it's not working. We'll get another one, or you turn it on. Yeah.
So one thing is on the data. I think this data of 3 million NGOs gets thrown around everywhere. That's actually not correct. Yeah. So it's a wrong, because if I have a Ganesh Mitra Mandal, I can set up as an NGO, you know. So that data is kind of flawed. So just kind of put that. I think the second is if you're talking about 300 million people to, you know, whatever, whether they're below poverty line, above poverty line, NGO is not the model. I mean, you should not even look at these guys, I mean, us. I think if you look at, there has to be something else, you know, whether it is a Swiggy or Uber or aggregating something or Adani model, whatever that model is, that's a very different model to kind of, I think only two places it can happen, either through a business model, it will kind of probably work out. And second is if you can influence the government to do something. I think we are on the periphery of these things. Our role, I think, in the sector is to kind of innovate, and if it is possible, to advocate somewhere. We are not the torch bearers of implementing everywhere. I think that's my kind of sense. So I would not even take that burden on my shoulders, and I'll say, okay. Yeah, so that's my 2 bits.
Yes, you're ready to answer the question, or you want to respond to that? Okay. I'm worried that we won't get answers to the question, and Bhavesh has written up a 15-minute vote of thanks.
Oh. Okay. I'll make it quick then. To respond to your, your statement, I personally believe a lot of it also depends upon the founder. So whether it is, you set up an NGO, either you may have not intended to set it up, and along the journey maybe, things happened and it expanded in such a way. There's a clear need for it. I mean, talking strictly about the work that you do. In the NGO world over the so many years in India as well as internationally, what I have seen and realized is that if it is the founder that is motivated, a lot falls on the founder, unfortunately, and even on the intrapreneurs or whoever are supporting the founder. So if I take one NGO as an example in terms of education of children, in Mumbai there are n number of organizations that are working with street children. After a period of 10 years, okay, I was just looking back and I was like, okay, let's read up on the NGOs that I was working with 10 years ago. Where are they today? And I could only see barely 2.5%. I mean, this is my own personal analysis, yeah? 2.5% of the organizations, which I knew then 10 years ago, have reached to a higher level. But that 2.5% does some fantastic work. And one such work, or I mean somebody to look up to, is an organization called ASEEMA. It is led by a lady called Dilbar Parakh. And Dilbar herself is a very high-ranking, she's a lawyer, international lawyer. How she gave it up? Because she was very, very committed to the cause of teaching children from the slums of Bandra. So how she adopts a school, and instead of going and teaching each section, she started with the lowest grade. And now she has adopted the entire school, and how Dilbar's journey has been, and how people have joined up with her, like HDFC and other stakeholders over a period of time. I can partially relate with you because in my own personal journey, grassroots aside, I am at this position where even I am like, okay, what next? And when you go about this what next, the concern is either you can look at all the positives and all, or we tend to look at ki bhai itna kaam kiya, kuch bhi there's no use about going about through it. So at that point of time, I would suggest that we look at other people and draw strength from there. So if that helps, like that's helping me to a certain extent, so I hope that helps you. And if you can look up ASEEMA and the work that Dilbar has done.
Yeah, so the mic has an auto cutoff for this session. So if you speak more than 45 seconds, then... Okay, so, many of us are staying back here, so we do have a chance, and of course, there's some nice snacks and tea waiting for us at ETDC. But before that, I still would like to stick my neck out and crowdsource some ideas for, you know, what we should be doing. Yes, Anubhav, thank you. And this is the auto cut-off mic, right? And our documentation person, please note down all these ideas. We don't want them lost.
I think one of the ideas was that since iSeed has a lot of ecosystem partners, so and they work in a variety of spaces. I mean, today itself we could see there's rural tourism, there's waste management, there's agriculture, there's rural tech, different things. So if somehow iSeed could build a compendium of this, maybe a Google sheet, something simple with the partner name, the contact information, the areas that the partners work in, so that maybe I think the people who are here today might be for the next conference, some of us might not be here.
Sure.
But with that compendium, whoever we want to connect to, with regard to certain sectors, it would be really helpful. And maybe, that was one of the ideas.
Sure, I think we started working partly on it, and I think given the pressures of time, we weren't quite successful. So one of the things we planned to do was to put a set of one-pager each on the enterprises we've been working with, and maybe the ecosystem partners. But maybe the best way is to work out a format where we can also share these with you and make this into a document which can be shared widely amongst all people. So we'll maybe just 3-4 questions and one page on each organization with some pictures. I think Bhavesh has already designed a sample, but we didn't have time to properly edit it and go back to the enterprise to say if this is correct or not. Yes, any other suggestions that you would like us to take forward as we go along? Just one point I wanted to mention from what Rahul was saying. We have in pipeline an idea of trying to have a workshop or a stakeholder workshop in Rajasthan, probably in Jaipur. We also do realize very consciously that not all events of iSeed can happen at Anand. Therefore, in some sense, we have actively tried reaching out. Not all training programs should happen only here. We have to go to locations, so that's something that Shubha has been doing for a while. So we would like to also explore this idea of having a stakeholder workshop in Rajasthan. And maybe one of the things we might want to explore is to, having done these sets of trainings, I mean, you are there, Urmul is there, maybe we invite PSI also for that workshop and spend some time, maybe half a day. We can't do this in this kind of an environment where so many other things are happening, and try and see what should we do for each of these organizations perhaps in the next 6 months or 1 year. But that's a thought that we do have. I also would like to invite you to see how some of the ideas of RUCART or MMT or Earth 360 can be taken further. So there's a missing elephant in the room, and that is the Department of Science and Technology. They are very nice donors in a nice project. They have been very nice that all our national meetings, they don't come also. So, but I think that's a good role of the government, and unfortunately that scheme is getting stopped, where they have actually given us an organization like us to try and do small pilots and experiment without too much kind of pressures, etc. That's the kind of patient capital that we have benefited from DST, and I think we should, I'm sure in his vote of thanks, you might have forgotten that, but DST support is important. But we are also in our final year of funding from DST, which we'll have to explore. But the focus of DST has often been, why are you doing community-based tourism? I mean, you're supposed to be doing something with science and technology. So where is this? So I think one of the things that we ended up doing with Gramya was, okay, you please do community-based tourism, but find a local innovator and see if you can take that person's innovation further. So we've developed some I think we've done some exciting seed capital funding for really high quality technological work, which both Dinesh and Peter have been doing. Peter is not very comfortable speaking, and no matter how much amount of training you do, he will still speak about his technical product and how good it is, and not about his enterprise. But I think they've done some really path-breaking work in terms of trying to design a contemporary, machine which can be applied in rural areas. And I think that's the kind of technological intervention that would actually make a lot of value addition in many of these places. So we really invite you to try and explore taking some of these in your places. So this is the kind of conversations that we've had with Gramya. You might be doing tourism, which is, we don't want you to stop doing tourism and therefore do technology. But if we want to really take technology to the rural areas, it's not going to be taking a cell phone and an app. It is actually the nuts and bolts of these kinds of interventions that we would like to popularize, and we do have a scope and mandate to do so, and we would probably proactively like to explore that amongst some of your organizations as well. Yes, Debashish, the mic is next to you.
Yes, since I have to leave at 6, so I thought I should go. First of all, I mean, within this, एक तो ये मौका मिला कि कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जैसे ग्राम्या और ग्रास रूट्स इसी तरीके के काम कर रहे हैं जो PSI भी कर रही है. सो एक इस चीज़ को हमें आगे की एक्सपीरियंस शेयरिंग के थ्रू, क्योंकि आप भी वही शायद संघर्ष से या तो गुजर गए हैं या गुजर रहे हैं जो हमारे भी साथी लोग जिससे गुजर रहे हैं, तो अगर we share our experiences, and since now a WhatsApp group also has been created, so that could be used in terms of also announcing events taking place at different I know.
Wait, he has to go.
So that's one thing, and at the same time, like what Shambhu was saying, that RUCART, now just giving an example of community-based tourism, if you are talking about in the Himalayas. In the Himalayas, the sanitation condition, the toilets are absent. So we can combine the eco-toilets with community-based tourism, as well as solar lighting, as well as low-cost insulation material. Now, I don't know whether within RUCART you right now have that kind of an expertise, but we do need, again, you were talking about Department of Science and Technology, or maybe we can bring in partners from different IITs also, who could help on that, on the building up of the science and technology component of the different enterprises that. So we need to have additional, partners for this kind of an activity. And third, I want to go back to the point that you raised, because PSI, when we are, enterprise is not the objective. The objective जो है, जो शंभू जी बात कर रहे थे कि Gram Swaraj is the concept that we are looking for, self-reliant communities. And enterprise is a means to that. So we have to, at one end, we are talking about enhancing, empowering of the communities. On the other hand, we are talking about the conservation of the culture as well as the environment. And on the third side, we are also talking about the inclusiveness and the gender and different kinds of equity. So integrating that, and the role of NGOs is basically to demonstrate. We can't replace the government. Scaling up and reaching to whatever million people, that is government's job, not NGO's job. Yeah.
Yes, anyone else with suggestions for what we would like to take on from here? Or an invitation for something that you would like us to come and participate in? And we would like to use that WhatsApp group that has been created where, as we said, it doesn't matter if you've not finished the presentation today. We're going to put it up on the website with your, with your consent, of course. Your videos also can be uploaded and shared. That's not a concern. Yes.
So I have suggestions to myself.
Yes.
So पुणे में एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, उनका नाम है देसरा. आपने कभी किसी ने नाम सुना है? DESRA, not Dasra. It's called Desara. It's an organization that is started by the founder of Persistent Systems, Persistent Systems, Deshpande. So there was already a Deshpande Foundation, so he had to change his. Now what they've done is they've done something very, very interesting. They support entrepreneurs, all rural entrepreneurs, grassroots entrepreneurs, both in urban and rural areas, not just in rural areas. And they have then kind of created manuals. So if you go to them and say, I want to start a hair cutting salon, They will tell you what is the kind of space you require, who is the person who will do the interior of your this thing, how much money is required, what could be your daily sales. So they have templatized is the word. Yeah, they have templatized everything. They also provide you, the guy who will give you money and all that. So one session that I have is like one recurrent theme here is community-based rural tourism. So can we, based on the experience of grassroots and other organizations, templatize it? So at least have 4 or 5 pages on that. When you want to start a rural tourism, what are some of the things to do? If you have a house, in this room, the linen should be changed once in a day. There should be 2 towels. Yeah, there should be a glass bottle for. So just templatize everything, and maybe that role iSeed can kind of take to help something like that, because then it's easy to share, it's easy to kind of implement. I think the second suggestion that I have for ourselves is that since we are within an academic institution, we should stick to our knitting, which is focus on really creating high quality training programs, or aggregate high quality training programs from wherever it is possible, and have a focus on the grassroots entrepreneurs, both those who are yet to become entrepreneurs and those who are already in the journey of becoming entrepreneurs.
So the auto switch has worked.
Sorry. Is this your doing, sir? And then I think the point is because we can't go out and find these entrepreneurs, I mean, that would have been ideal that every entrepreneur comes to these trainings, pays 1,000 rupees, but we can't do that because it's not our mandate. So then we find really strong ecosystem partners like PSI, like IKEA, SBI, and they require our help. It's now cutting short. And then kind of work with them and have a slightly longer engagement. So it is not like one touch point that we do one training and that's the end of it. Then we don't know where the entrepreneur went and all of that. And also see we can work with the team that is working with entrepreneurs. So some kind of a training of trainer, not even training, because training of trainer somehow suggests that the person has to train. Something like training of handholder or training of the key person who's going to. So have slightly longer term engagement. And also we have to think about the delivery. Because now, I mean, we are competing with
loud and clear.
TikTok and YouTube. Yes. I think, yeah. So there is, the thing has completely changed. So nobody's going to come and sit in a room and someone will put up a presentation and they will give a lecture and all that. It has to be far more interesting. It has to be more tailored to the kind of media people are getting used to it. And then if we can have, like good old days used to have, so for instance, if I want to learn how to do costing, I have a format that I can fill. I can put this, and in the end something will kind of come up. So those kind of workbooks used to be available. So invest in those kind of things to make the trainings more accessible, and people can understand and they are fun, and everybody goes back with something. Because what you said, Bhavesh, right, that once, like in the training I've explained what are 4 Ps, and then when people leave, they leave the 4 Ps in the classroom and then they go away. So what can they take back that stays with them? So something around that. So a mix of paper based, online, facilitative and training, but we only specialize in that, and we do slightly larger term, longer term MOUs with good ecosystem players who want this kind of support. It would be my, like your FPO manual is really, really amazing. The training that I did, I just used the manual, I opened a page and I said, okay, how do you do this? It's all written how to do a training. It is written, then first of all you ask everybody to stand up, and then they will do this and then they will do that. It's all very, very templatized, easy to kind of execute. So that's my.
Yes, I think if.
Just to add, for iSeed, the role of the partner, I think what has been happening is, thank you. To say the role of the partner, if iSeed can kind of formalize it, and I think because then that really helps the founder as well, you know, that this is what is my role with iSeed. So whether it is marketing, this is what is expected and all. So that I think that clear, if we have it written down, it'll smoothen up a lot of things and it'll turn around. During lunch, we were discussing that, you know, we all have not only just as our organizations, but even individually, whatever skills we have and all, if we can, instead of getting external trainers or things like that, or having every time iSeed or somebody to do it, even just within ourselves, have that cross partnership more. Like if you're looking at working with youth, you know, it's not just Ainir or Sushma or somebody who needs to talk to youth. Why can't I get somebody from Medha to come and talk to my young people, or, you know, get 1 or 2 people from Medha to come and visit our village and vice versa. So, it's...
No, let's not discuss it.
But I mean, I'm like, can we increase that, and can we actually make it happen? So it's on paper, but how do we see that? And that is not just for iSeed, I think that is even us. All iSeed needs to do is connect better.
Any other suggestions? The last 2-3 sets of 45 seconds. Otherwise, we'll go with the vote of thanks. We can continue the discussions in, you know, over a cup of tea and snacks. Because I am conscious that people have taken a lot of effort to come from Ahmedabad early in the morning, and Naveen is doing it for the second day in succession. And they do have to also get back at some point. So we can carry on till Jatra is also over, I guess. So. Okay, so Bhavesh, no one wants to speak, so you have the last word.
I can do it from here?
Yeah, you have to be photographed taking the, giving the vote of thanks.
Last word, not words.
So I think the vote of thanks will actually be, I don't know, Shubha has given 15 minutes for vote of thanks as per the schedule. So
12 minutes to think and 3 minutes to say.
Have mercy on us.
So when I saw the schedule, I said the same, have mercy on me. Yeah, so first of all, I'd like to begin with, I'd like to thank Department of Science and Technology for supporting us. No, I have to say no. 15 minutes के लिए sir.
अच्छा.
Yeah. I'd like to thank IRMA for giving us this platform and all the support which we needed to hold 3-day national conferences. Personally, like to thank Professor Shambhu and Shubha for their support and guiding us in holding this event and actually leading it. We would like to thank all our advisors and social enterprise partners and all the participants who came for the event and made it a success. I'd like to thank ISEC team who also helped us on the first day, ETDC team for pampering us with good food and tea every time. I'd like to thank Tushar for his services and being patient with us even if we are going beyond the timings, and everyone who has helped us in organizing this event. And everyone who has helped us in organizing the event. Particularly, I'd like to mention name of Pratiksha, who is our program assistant. She has been like all the logistics arrangement and everything has been organized by her, though guided by Shubha. We'd like to thank Vandana, Ayush, Abhishek, and Anu for helping us in coordinating for the event. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, we have to also, of course, thank the participants.
I did.